So, for me personally, I've been privileged enough to never actually have to have a job in my life. So, I've only ever had one job. Uh, it was over last summer before coronavirus, of course. Um, and uh, so I was satisfied with that job in some ways and dissatisfied in other ways. It was as a UPS truck loader, so I would load the trucks in the morning before they went out on their routes. So it was, I would have to go in at wake up at like 3 in the morning and then go in at, okay, kitty. And then go in at like 4-ish and then load trucks until like 9 o'clock in the morning, 9:15, 9:30, around there. And my coworkers are great. They were awesome to work with because you would like talk on the belt, and that's how you'd like help pass the time. So I was highly satisfied with like my coworkers, uh, but uh, the job itself was super monotonous, very strenuous, very stressful because you could fall behind super easily because you could get a few minutes where you would get like 3 packages and then every package on the belt would just be yours. So you would fall super far behind and it wouldn't be like consistently a consistent level of difficulty. It would be either pretty easy or you're getting swamped. So it was very stressful and very monotonous. So it led to dissatisfaction, and it led to me kind of passively neglecting it. So when I would get swamped, I wouldn't try my best to actually make sure I was kept up. I would let it pile up and just like throw it down by the trucks instead of like loading it on. And so I wouldn't try as hard because it was just not a very motivating job in general. Uh, but the one rewarding part about the job was that I had coworkers to constantly talk to and help get through the job. Okay. Um, but overall, I ended up quitting the job uh, because I didn't think I could do it and school with the amount of stress, because it just overall wasn't a very satisfying job. Uh, so it had very low job satisfaction. It did lead to counterproductive behavior with me being lazy. My supervisors weren't that great. They were somewhat understanding, but they also weren't great at like communicating things all the time. So I ended up leaving. So I was active destructive as well for exiting, and then I was active destructive with counterproductive behavior, and then also active destructive with neglect in some cases. So it just overall wasn't a very satisfying job.